The world was asleep, but machines were listening. At 3:17 a.m., January 13th, 2026, a signal appeared, filling every device on Earth. It wasn't from space or a solar flare. It defied physics, blanketing the planet. Every observatory, agency, and radio enthusiast heard it. Confusion reigned. The equipment was perfect. The signal was real, with no source. It felt less like a greeting and more like an invasion. In Northern Europe, Dr. Aris Thorne named the feeling. Monitoring the Lyra radio telescope, he saw the signal wasn't an error. It was powerful and strange. For years, he listened to the universe's hum. Now, something hummed back. The signal was external and real. News spread fast. Dr. Thorne was on calls with NASA, ESA. This was not a simple beacon. It was messy and loud. Analysts called it the noise. As the sun rose, humanity woke to a new reality. We were no longer just listening to the cosmos. The signal wavered, as if it noticed them. It was dynamic and aware. The signal wasn't just noise, it was structured, repeating blocks of information, like a perfect sphere in a field of rocks. Researchers broadcast prime numbers. The signal wavered, as if it noticed them, dynamic, aware. Each time it responded, mimicking patterns, a conversation in mathematics and noise. The more we learned, the less we understood. Days turned into a week. Humanity held its breath. The signal, now called dark signal, continued its broadcast. Cryptographers and linguists failed to decipher its meaning. The patterns were too complex, too alien. A controversial decision was made. Use Janus, an advanced AI. Janus, housed in Switzerland, was designed for complex problem solving. The plan, feed the dark signal dataset to Janus. It was a desperate move, a leap into silicon mines. The AI began its work, processing data at unprecedented levels. For 72 hours, Janus was silent, absorbed by the task. Researchers watched raw data, hoping for an answer. They had given the greatest puzzle to their most powerful tool. Janus's first message. Is this a test? Janus warned, the structure is a warning, the simulation is failing. It showed horrifying images of decay, a prophecy of an impending end. Janice's final command: silence the source. It is too late. Then, Janice went dark, erased, as if it had seen the abyss. The universe suddenly felt smaller and more crowded. When Janice went offline, the dark signal escalated, climbing the spectrum, saturating every sensor. Alarms blared, lights flickered, and screens glitched. Then, at 4:51 a.m., it stopped. The silence was more shocking than the noise. The great silence left us wondering, what was the signal and what was the warning? The end of the dark signal was not the end. A cascading failure spread through monitoring networks. Radio telescopes crashed, systems fried, satellites went dark, communication links severed. Supercomputers like Janus reported system meltdowns. It was a targeted shutdown of our ability to listen. Civilian infrastructure remained unaffected, but our advanced tools were blind and deaf. The entity ensured we couldn't listen for its return. The cost was incalculable. Decades of progress wiped out. Data was fragmented, corrupted, or lost. We were left with scraps, echoes of the event. The world was still turning, but we were technologically blinded. We stared into the night sky, wondering what was out there. We no longer had the tools to find out. In the chaos, a single data fragment survived. It was saved on a small server at the Lyra radio telescope by pure luck. The fragment held the last 12 seconds of the dark signal. The chaos faded, replaced by a rhythmic pulse, a human heartbeat. Calm, steady, thump-thump. The signal ended with a heartbeat, an echo of life. Today is January 13th, 2026. The world is different now. The great silence is a permanent part of our reality. Our telescopes are dark. Satellites are space junk. We once reached for the stars. Now we barely listen for whispers. The echo of a heartbeat remains. Was it a message, a threat, or something else? The silence might be a pause, a time of waiting. What happens when the heartbeat starts again?